a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. McDonald's. McDonald's is an American fast food company, founded in 1940 as a restaurant operated by Richard and Maurice McDonald, in San Bernardino, California, United States. They rechristened their business as a hamburger stand. The first time a McDonald's franchise used the Golden Arches logo was in 1953, at a location in Phoenix, Arizona. In 1955, Ray Kroc, a businessman, joined the company as a franchise agent and proceeded to purchase the chain from the McDonald brothers. McDonald's had its original headquarters in Oak Brook, Illinois, but has approved plans to move its global headquarters to Chicago by 2018. McDonald's is the world's largest restaurant chain by revenue, serving over 69 million customers daily in over 100 countries across approximately 36,900 outlets as of 2016. Although McDonald's is known for its hamburgers, they also sell cheeseburgers, chicken products, French fries, breakfast items, soft drinks, milkshakes, wraps, and desserts. In response to changing consumer tastes and a negative backlash because of the unhealthiness of their food, the company has added to its menu salads, fish, smoothies, and fruit. The McDonald's Corporation revenues come from the rent, royalties, and fees paid by the franchisees, as well as sales in company-operated restaurants. According to a BBC report published in 2012, McDonald's is the world's second-largest private employer, 1.5 million of whom work for franchises. History. The siblings Richard and Maurice McDonald opened in 1940 the first McDonald's at 1398 Northeast Street at West 14th Street in San Bernardino, California, but it was not the McDonald's recognizable today. Ray Kroc made changes to the brothers' business that modernized it. The brothers introduced the Speedy Service System in 1948, putting into expanded use the principles of the modern fast food restaurant that their predecessor White Castle had put into practice more than 2 decades earlier. The original mascot of McDonald's was a chef hat on top of a hamburger who was referred to as Speedy. In 1962 the Golden Arches replaced Speedy as the universal mascot. The symbol, Ronald McDonald, was introduced in 1965. The clown, Ronald McDonald, appeared in advertising to target their audience of children. On May 4, 1961, McDonald's first filed for a U.S. trademark on the name, McDonald's, with the description, drive-in restaurant services, which continues to be renewed. By September 13, 1961 McDonald's, under the guidance of Ray Kroc, filed for a trademark on a new logo, an overlapping, double-arched, M symbol. But before the double arches, McDonald's used the single arch for the architecture of their buildings. Although the Golden Arches logo appeared in various forms, the present version was not used until November 18, 1968, when the company was favored a U.S. trademark. The present corporation credits its founding to franchised businessman Ray Kroc on April 15, 1955. This was in fact the 9th open McDonald's restaurant overall, although this location was destroyed and rebuilt in 1984. Kroc later purchased the McDonald brothers' equity in the company and begun the company's worldwide reach. Kroc was recorded as being an aggressive business partner, driving the McDonald brothers out of the industry. Kroc and the McDonald brothers fought for control of the business, as documented in Kroc's autobiography. The San Bernardino restaurant was eventually torn down and the site was sold to the One Polo chain in 1976. This area now serves as headquarters for the One Polo chain, and a McDonald's en Route 66 museum. With the expansion of McDonald's into many international markets, the company has become a symbol of globalization and the spread of the American way of life. Its prominence has also made it a frequent topic of public debates about obesity, corporate ethics, and consumer responsibility. Facts and figures. McDonald's restaurants are found in 120 countries and territories around the world and serve 68 million customers each day. McDonald's operates 36,899 restaurants worldwide, employing more than 375,000 people as of the end of 2016. There are currently a total of 5,669 company-owned locations and 31,230 franchised locations, which includes 21,559 locations franchised to conventional franchisees, 6,300 locations licensed to developmental licensees, and 3,371 locations licensed to foreign affiliates, primarily Japan. Focusing on its core brand, McDonald's began divesting itself of other chains it had acquired during the 1990s. The company owned a majority stake in Chipotle Mexican Grill until October 2006, when McDonald's fully divested from Chipotle through a stock exchange. Until December 2003, it also owned Donato's Pizza, and it owned a small share of Aroma Cafe from 1999 to 2001. On August 27, 2007, McDonald's sold Boston Market to Sun Capital Partners. Notably, McDonald's has increased shareholder dividends for 25 consecutive years, making it one of the S&P 500 dividend aristocrats. In October 2012, its monthly sales fell for the first time in 9 years. In 2014, its quarterly sales fell for the first time in 17 years, when its sales dropped for the entirety of 1997. In the United States, it is reported that drive-thrus account for 70% of sales. McDonald's closed down 184 restaurants in the United States in 2015, which was 59 more than what they planned to open. This move was also the first time McDonald's had a net decrease in the number of locations in the United States since 1970. Business model. The company currently owns all the land, valued at an estimated $16 to $18 billion, on which its restaurants are situated. The company earns a significant portion of its revenue from rental payments from franchisees. These rent payments rose 26% between 2010 and 2015, accounting for 1/5 of the company's total revenue at the end of the period. In recent times, there have been calls to spin off the company's U.S. holdings into a potential real estate investment trust, but the company announced at its investor conference on November 10, 2015, that this would not happen. The CEO, Steve Easterbrook, discussed that pursuing the right option would pose too large a risk to the company's business model. The United Kingdom and Ireland business model is different from the U.S., in that fewer than 30% of restaurants are franchised, with the majority under the ownership of the company. McDonald's trains its franchisees in management at Hamburger University in Oak Brook, Illinois. In other countries, McDonald's restaurants are operated by joint ventures of McDonald's Corporation and other local entities or governments. According to Fast Food Nation by Eric Schlosser, nearly 1 in 8 workers in the U.S. have at some time been employed by McDonald's. Employees are encouraged by McDonald's Corporation to maintain their health by singing along to their favorite songs in order to relieve stress, attending church services in order to have a lower blood pressure, and taking 2 vacations annually in order to reduce risk for myocardial infarction. Fast Food Nation also states that McDonald's is the largest private operator of playgrounds in the U.S., as well as the single largest purchaser of beef, pork, potatoes, and apples. The selection of meats McDonald's uses varies, to some extent based on the culture of the host country. Headquarters. The McDonald's headquarters complex, McDonald's Plaza, is located in Oak Brook, Illinois. It sits on the site of the former headquarters and stabling area of Paul Butler, the founder of Oak Brook. McDonald's moved into the Oak Brook facility from an office within the Chicago Loop in 1971. On June 13, 2016, McDonald's confirmed plans to move its global headquarters to Chicago's West Loop neighborhood in the near West Side. The 608,000-square-foot structure will be built on the former site of Harpo Productions and open in early 2018. Global operations. McDonald's has become emblematic of globalization, sometimes referred to as the McDonaldization of society. The Economist newspaper uses the Big Mac Index. The comparison of a Big Mac's cost in various world currencies can be used to informally judge these currencies' purchasing power parity. Switzerland has the most expensive Big Mac in the world as of July 2015, while the country with the least expensive Big Mac is India. Thomas Friedman once said that no country with a McDonald's had gone to war with another. However, the Golden Arches theory of conflict prevention is not strictly true. Exceptions are the 1989 United States invasion of Panama, NATO's bombing of Serbia in 1999, the 2006 Lebanon War, and the 2008 South Ossetia War. McDonald's suspended operations in its corporate-owned stores in Crimea after Russia annexed the region in 2014. On August 20, 2014, as tensions between the United States and Russia strained over events in Ukraine and the resultant U.S. sanctions, the Russian government temporarily shut down 4 McDonald's outlets in Moscow, citing sanitary concerns. The company has operated in Russia since 1990 and at August 2014 had 438 stores across the country. On August 23, 2014, Russian Deputy Prime Minister Arkady Dvorkovich ruled out any government move to ban McDonald's and dismissed the notion that the temporary closures had anything to do with the sanctions. Some observers have suggested that the company should be given credit for increasing the standard of service in markets that it enters. A group of anthropologists in a study entitled Golden Arches East looked at the impact McDonald's had on East Asia and Hong Kong. In particular, when it opened in Hong Kong in 1975, McDonald's was the first restaurant to consistently offer clean restrooms, driving customers to demand the same of other restaurants and institutions. McDonald's has taken to partnering up with Sinopec, the second-largest oil company in the People's Republic of China, as it takes advantage of the country's growing use of personal vehicles by opening numerous drive-through restaurants. McDonald's has opened a McDonald's restaurant and McCafe on the underground premises of the French Fine Arts Museum, the Louvre. The company stated it would open vegetarian-only restaurants in India by mid-2013. Foreign restaurants are banned in Bermuda, with the exception of KFC, which was present before the current law was passed. Therefore, there are no McDonald's in Bermuda. On January 9, 2017, 80% of the franchise rights in the mainland China and in Hong Kong were sold for $2.080 billion to a consortium of CITIC Limited and private equity funds managed by CITIC Capital and Carlyle, which CITIC Limited and CITIC Capital would also formed a joint venture to own the stake. Products. McDonald's predominantly sells hamburgers, various types of chicken sandwiches, French fries, soft drinks, breakfast items, and desserts. In most markets, McDonald's offers salads and vegetarian items, wraps and other localized fare. On a seasonal basis, McDonald's offers the McRib sandwich. Some speculate the seasonality of the McRib adds to its appeal. Products are offered as either eat-in or take-out. Eat-in meals are provided on a plastic tray with the paper insert on the floor of the tray. Take-out meals are usually delivered with the contents enclosed in a distinctive McDonald's branded brown paper bag. In both cases, the individual items are wrapped or boxed as appropriate. Since Steve Easterbrook became CEO of the company, McDonald's has streamlined the menu, which in the United States contained nearly 200 items. The company has also looked to introduce healthier options and removed high-fructose corn syrup from hamburger buns. The company has also removed artificial preservatives from Chicken McNuggets, replacing chicken skin, safflower oil and citric acid found in Chicken McNuggets with pea starch, rice starch, and powdered lemon juice. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more